Have you heard about APIs in the API economy? Or microservices, web services, software as a service? Startup companies have been launched using APIs with very little software coding, and enterprises have solved business problems the same way. All of this is powered by the idea that today, through APIs, you can use available services in a unique way to create a new application or service. This can be done without having to code everything by using what others have built through their API. API stands for Application Programming Interface, which is simply the way applications can talk to one another, use functions, and exchange data to create a useful application. Computers need specific instructions to perform tasks, or in programming speak, functions. Applications, sometimes called programs, usually require many functions to accomplish the goal for which they are designed. Programming is the act of writing software code, in other words, writing the instructions the computer needs to perform the functions required by the application. This is why software engineers are sometimes called coders or application programmers. Interface in this context means the way in which a program can interact either internally to call functions or with external programs to call functions. Think of this as the phone system for programs and applications. Think of it this way. Baseball and football are games that are played by people on a field, but they are very different. They operate by a different set of rules, have different functions, and different parameters. So, APIs are the set of rules that govern how apps can use functions and pass parameters. This enables you to understand how to use something created by another programmer, so you don't have to write the code. The main value of using APIs is that they reduce the software code that you have to write and then maintain. This frees you to concentrate on creating the specific functions that create the unique value of your application or service. There's a shift in the way data and services are being created and provided today. Twitter and Salesforce.com are receiving more traffic through their APIs than they receive through their apps. Other apps can use the functions of these apps and services. Whatever you want your enterprise solution, app, or service to do, there's probably an API for that. This is a fast-growing trend. From a handful of APIs in the programmable web database 10 years ago to nearly 15,000 in 2015. It is critical to select the right tool for the job, and not all APIs are created equal. I wouldn't use a pipe wrench to undo a small bolt. Fortunately, there are resources for you to get the information you need to make a good decision, to pick the right API. My go-to resource for API information is ProgrammableWeb.com. There's information on 964 email and 730 payments APIs. There's detailed information on each API to help you select the right one. A web API lets you use its functions by connecting to it in the cloud. You usually have to be provisioned an account with most web APIs, and then you can connect using the requester key you were issued. This enables you to have your developers concentrate on your application specifics and take advantage of other teams' work through their APIs. The other teams write the code for their specific functions, and they maintain it, saving you time and cost. APIs are becoming standard practice today, so much so that Josh Walker of Forrester Research says building an app without APIs would be like building a house without doors. Adam Braunstein of the Robert Francis Group, in a recent article about APIs, said that corporate developers should use APIs, especially if they expect their app to be used for a long period of time. So to summarize, an API is the set of rules that governs how applications communicate and share data. This applies to APIs that communicate within an application or system and to those that are external to the app or service. If you're interested in learning more, you can find a lot of resources on the web. ProgrammableWeb.com has an entire section of their website, the API University, which is dedicated to educational material on APIs and related topics. PropelCon 2016 is the opportunity to get hands-on experience working with APIs. Teams have 24 hours to build something entirely new using available APIs. Each team that builds something that works is a winner.